What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Wednesday, August the 4th. From the heart of motherfucking New Jersey, the joint is brought to you by DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. This weekend, Friday and Saturday, UFC 265. The main card is my main man, Derek, smell my balls are hot. Lewis against my man, Mr. Gain. DraftKings has a kick-ass offer for you. If you haven't joined DraftKings yet, now is the time to do it. You ready for this one? 100 to 1 odds if a punch lands during the main fight. A single fucking punch. Are you kidding me or what? You bet $1 on any main event fighter, and if a punch lands during the fight, you'll cash $100 in free credits. If you know anything about MMA, then you got to put your money where your mouth is. Either way, this weekend, you're getting paid a fucking yardstick. Don't worry, if MMA isn't for you, DraftKings has great odds on the Tokyo Games. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. You withdraw your money at your fucking convenience. Don't miss out on all the action at UFC 265 this weekend. DraftKings is here to put it together for you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, not the fantasy app, the Sportsbook app today. Right now, use promo code JOEY, J-O-E-Y, when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 in free credits when you bet on any main event fighter to win and a punch is landed in either fight. That's code JOEY to turn $1 into $100 in free credits only at DraftKings Sportsbook. And here's the fine print. You knew it was coming. You got to be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only get this deal. So right now, listen, it's a free yardstick. What are you fucking waiting for? You put $1 down. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. But if you don't have a fucking problem and you could keep it together, now download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and let's win some fucking cash. UFC 265. The joint is also brought to you by one of my all-time favorites, CBD Lion. When it comes to CBD, the Lion has you fucking covered. Vapor pens, bath balls, cream. They got hemp flour. They got the capsules. They got fucking tape. Listen, if you need CBD in your life, CBD Lion will make it happen. Start with the fucking gummies with melatonin in it. They will rock your fucking world. If you get too high on an edible, what do? You sit there and complain? No. You eat a little melatonin gummy with CBD in it, and it calms you down. That's some free advice for you from your Uncle Joey. Now, do me a favor. Go to CBDLion.com, read the third-party lab results, and get back to me. This ain't some fucking guy in a liquor store fucking around. CBD Lion has done the research, and they will let you know what's good for you, what ailment you have, what to take, how much to take, what to rub. Listen, from the roll-on to the cream to the bath ball, CBD Lion has you covered. Go to CBDLion.com. Order some CBD, press in code JOEY. Join and get 20% off your order delivered straight to your house. It's time to start the fucking joint, cocksuckers. It's a beautiful Wednesday, August 4th. Let's do this fucking shit.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Wednesday, the 4th of August, Thank you very much for all the fucking emails I got about Monday's podcast, about comedy. It was time I busted out and let you guys know what the fucking rules were. A lot of people out there fucking around with comics, and I don't like that at all. Whether you're my friend or not, as a comic, people have no idea how hard we fucking work to have some guy that didn't have the balls to do what we did tell us and fuck with us. That's not going to happen ever again. I got a lot of emails from a lot of young comics asking me to comedy coach them and shit. That I can't fucking judge your material. That's not what I do. I've never jumped in on somebody and said, hey, the material, look at my fucking material. It sucked. I did it on presence, and I was a good storyteller, and I had good presence, but as a writer, I'm not Bill Burr or Mulaney or those guys. But I could just give you rules like I do on here. That's just fucking fine. Today we have a guest. You know, on Wednesdays I always have a Zoom, but we'll do that later. You know, I'll talk to you about what's going on and whatnot. I'm feeling good. My teeth feel better. The stitches, I spit out my last stitch last night. I went to watch Jimmy's son play basketball, and on the way out of the park, I felt something in my mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I took it out. It was a fucking stitch with old blood on it. Whatever, fuck it. I just spit it out of my mouth. The bird's eating it right now or some shit. That's what usually happens. I threw a piece of gum out the fucking window about a week ago. I come back an hour later, a bird was fucking eating the gum, bouncing around, the nicotine gum. He didn't know that fucking nicotine will fuck a bird up. But anyway, today we talk about comedy again. I have a nice comedian, one of my tight friends, George Perez, that you guys love. He's got a great fucking podcast. I'm going to do it in a couple of weeks, but we covered a lot of comedy shit on here today, you know, and I got to tell you a story real quick. When I was doing comedy about 3 years, 95, that put me at about 3.5 years, January of 95. I was doing comedy and I was doing great. I was in Colorado, I was in Boulder, and I was doing, I had about 20 minutes, 22 minutes, you know, and I went out every night. When I was in Boulder, the comedy scene was fair to Midland. I mean, Monday nights you had like some fucking room at an Outback. It's not the same Outback you guys think. This is an Outback bar that was Australian also, and it was like a recording room that sat like 20 people. That was my Monday night. Tuesday night was the Comedy Works. Jimmy Abeda had a room on Tuesday night. If you didn't get the Comedy Works open mic, Wednesday night was Club 52 in Commerce City. Thursday night was El Torito in fucking Englewood or wherever the fuck it is. I forget what part of Denver it is, where they did Littleton. I think it's out there by John Elway fucking Ville. And then Friday and Saturday, I would do guest spots at either the Comedy Club or I would deliver Chinese food or whatever the fuck I was doing on Fridays and Saturdays because, you know, a lot of people, you can't call the same club for guest spots every week. But Wednesday nights at Club 52, it was buck wild. They gave you, I think it was 25 cash and a steak. A fucking delicious steak. So you would go earlier, and I would leave there and go to the Italian restaurant I told you guys about in the church with the Elvis impersonator. It was a big fat Elvis impersonator. He looked nothing like Elvis, but he was an impersonator in Vegas. They cashed him out, and he did like 20 years or something. I don't know what hotel, and he opened up a little Italian restaurant, and he would do Elvis with the belt, and then he'd give out food. It was a fucking nightmare, but I did it. It was part of the fucking game. But what I'm going back to is, one night I was at Club, this just to prove to you motherfuckers, I wasn't taking shit when I was an open micer. I'm at this club, and I'm eating my fucking steak, and I forget I know who the headliner was. I still see his face. I can't just remember his name, you know. And I get there, and he was headlining. We were both eating. I was doing like 15 minutes. There was some other comics there eating, and we're watching the comedy show. There had to be 20 people in the audience, maybe. Two of these dudes were sitting there on a table like this one, and they were flicking beer caps at the comedians. You could see, like, that it wasn't lit, the room. There was just a light on the comic on stage, and you could see him ducking from the fucking bottle caps. I'm like, these motherfuckers. They look kind of tough and shit, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing to them. I'm just going to say something when I get on stage. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 comics went up. They kept flicking the beer caps at him, the whole fucking deal. I go up there, I get to grab the mic, and I go, listen, the first beer cap I see, I'm not fucking with you motherfuckers. I didn't even stop. The words didn't even come out of my mouth, and a beer cap flew through my fucking head. I mean, these guys were not playing. I go, fuck you motherfuckers, you bunch of cocksuckers. What I wanted to do is I wasn't going to go to them. I wanted them to come to me. And one of the guys actually got up and he goes, you're a tough guy, I'll fucking beat the fuck out of you. I go, come up here and say that. Before he could hit the stairs, it was a portable microphone and shit that was on the thing. I fucking picked up the stand and I just belted him on the fucking head with the microphone. The microphone broke, the batteries went off everywhere and shit. He was holding on to his head. His buddy got up and ran out. I just got off the stage, picked up my steak, and got in the car. Like, the cops are coming, and I took off. About a year later, 2 years later, I'm at Harvey's Comedy Club in Portland, and the headline is there. And he comes up to me, he goes, you're opening up for me tonight? I go, yeah. He goes, just don't hit nobody with the mic on the head. And I was like, fine, fuck it, nobody will get hit. And that was my classic story. I didn't take shit as a fucking stand-up comic. As an open micer, you have to lay the fucking rules down. And I'll tell you what, after I hit that kid in the head with the microphone, nobody fucked with me in Denver again. The word got the fuck out. So don't worry about nothing. Don't let nobody fuck with you if you're a comic. I told you guys on Monday that nobody could shut you down, only yourself. Nobody. Not Rogan, not Chappelle, not fucking, well, Mitzi sure is dead. I don't feel so good myself. Nobody could fucking shut you down. So keep doing what you're doing and watch the podcast, and I'll drop comedy tips on you from time to time. I'm not the best fucking comic in the world, but I'll tell you what I did do. I did make it work for me. I don't know how. I don't know what the fuck happened, but eventually I'll make it work for you, cocksuckers. Anyway, today's guest is my main man, Mr. George Perez. I've known George since, a long time. We did the comedy Latino thing for Showtime together. We fed each other. We had each other's back. I miss him with all my heart, but we're still tight, and that's all that matters. We were a great team on the road. I used to take him on the road with me, and I miss him. So now, enjoy George Perez. I'll be back after the fucking show, cocksuckers. Oh, shit.
What's up, brother?
What's happening, my brother? How are you today on a beautiful fucking Wednesday morning?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I like that shirt.
Thank you, brother.
That shirt says fucking...
Right here to Rodney.
That's a good album.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking album. You got some good albums there on the wall. Fucking Wanted, Dead or Alive. The Pride Behind You. I don't even want to say it because people get pissed. You got my fucking album back there. That's a nightmare. I like it.
Yeah, I remember when you did it.
Oh, I do too. I don't want to remember. That was fucking horrible. I bombed the first show. I had to change the set around. It was I'm not good with specials, George. I'm just not a good special comic. I choke under pressure. I'm only good when I'm live. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Just we podcasted last night, chilled. It's weird not having my dog around, man.
I'm sorry about your dog. It's a fucking nightmare. But give it a breathe and then go get another one.
And now I'm not gonna get no more.
That's it? You're done?
I'm done.
Yeah, my daughter wants me to get a dog here. I gotta wait for the cats to die, and then I'll get a fucking dog. I got the yard and everything, but you got to be careful with dogs here because they got the ticks from the fucking deer and shit. And next thing you know, you're dizzy, and that's fucking it. How's work? How's California treating you?
California's good, man. The strip club's good, but the comedy store, they want like a full background check now. Motherfuckers, they're checking the barcode on everything now.
So what's the barcode? It's on the fucking vaccination?
Yeah, it's on the vaccination.
Because I looked at that card. That card looks bogus.
Yeah. But the codes are put in the computer, and your phone number and your email and your birthday come up.
Okay.
So.
And you haven't gotten vaccinated yet?
Hell no, but I got the card.
Okay, yeah, that's the way it is. Fuck it. Don't let a lot of people know. They'll give you a fucking felony. That's the last thing. Can you imagine going to fucking having a felony because you used a fucking COVID card and they give you like 3 years because they want to make an example and shit, and you're in jail with COVID?
Oh shit,
Dog, that shit is running through prison.
Oh, it ain't.
That shit was running through the prisons. That's why they inoculated those motherfuckers first.
But you know what? They were sharing. If you had COVID, you were supposed to give it to the whole dorm, so people if people that had COVID were getting released early.
Damn, what a fucking scam!
Yeah,
You
so
go up to
fools
your
were
fucking
just.
CO and cough in his face.
Hey, dog, I seen videos where fools are like, hey, I got COVID, drinking out of each. Hey, eat off his bowl. Get it. You get to go home.
No shit. How many people did they release in California?
I think they released like 30,000.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of criminals walking around, Doug.
Yeah, but it was like, drug charges, nothing major,
Can you imagine George being locked up with COVID now?
I would have I don't know.
Fucked up it is to be locked up now.
Yeah.
I've stayed out of that fucking hole for 30 years. I can't imagine what going to prison is like now. No smoking.
Yeah.
Fucking just, it's not, you did it. We did it already. We got it out of the fucking way. I'm happy I got it out of the way. It's never going to happen again. Yeah. I could never get fucking locked up again, dog. That's fucked up when they take away your freedom. That is fucked up, man.
Yeah.
People have no idea how fucked up it is when a man wakes you up and kicks your bed.
You got to sit up for count. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
You got to sit down and wait for a motherfucker to walk by all quiet. Fuck that.
8 counts a fucking day. They come in and move your sheet at night to make sure it's you, that you haven't escaped. Because I was at a camp. I ended up at a camp. I went through the fucking I was thinking about diagnostic the other day, dog. I had to go for a blood test. And I'm like, dog, I'm going to faint in this fucking thing. They had us like in a little pod. I'm going to faint and they're going to fuck me in the ass, these motherfuckers. I was petrified. And, dog, usually I tell a lady when she's taking out blood to be a little careful because I faint. I didn't say nothing.
No way.
And I sat down. It was one of those fucking school chairs. The desk. I put my little fucking faggy arm out and shit. I looked the other way. I was trying to make believe I was hard and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And fucking she shot me, George, took blood out, and Uncle Joey didn't faint. I walked in that fucking thing with a stroll to me and shit. Like, what, bitches? Say something. Later on, I went to my room. I'm like, I'm straight. And I put my arm down, and I go, let me see what happened. I took the piece of cotton off. There was a piece of cotton with a little dot of blood. I fainted in my fucking cell, Doug. I went down like a bad habit. I woke up 20 minutes later with a lump on my head and shit. Fucking walking around with ice. It's a fucking nightmare when you try to be hard and you ain't, dog. It's a fucking nightmare.
My diagnostics was different. We were at war with, like, the prison was at war with each other. So they made us sit in these fucking cages, because no one was allowed to wait in the doctor's office because fools were fighting right there. And we were just waiting in those fucking cages, man. And it's Bakersfield, fucking freezing at 6 a.m, dog. You're just sitting there waiting and fucking. Honestly, dog, I was worried because I was fucking a lot of chicks back then. And they're like, yo, dog, you find out if you got AIDS today. Like, I was worried. They were like, yo, they do every test. And I was just like, damn. Yeah, thinking of Magic Johnson and everything at that time. I was like, damn, dog, I'm going to own the Dodgers, eh?
It's crazy how when I got locked up, it was 87.
Fuck, I was 10.
88. 88 is when I got locked up. I'm coming on the anniversary now, August 15th of 88. And when I got locked up, HIV was huge.
Oh, yeah.
So the prisons had to build an HIV wing. Every jail I was at was under construction. But when I got to Camp George West in Golden, they already had an AIDS unit. George, you had to see this fucking thing. State of the art appliances. They didn't want these motherfuckers in the kitchen or nothing.
No, they didn't know.
They had their own setup, state of the art. They had a TV in there, a big screen TV already in 88. I remember going in there and watching the Dodgers. So we would hang out at the AIDS unit. My headquarters was the AIDS unit. That's why I took book. That's why I brought my food. That's why I did everything, was the HIV unit. They only housed 5 people, and they only had 3 people in the rooms.
Oh, wow.
So they were like, nobody talks to us because they treat us like fucking we're lepers. So when I got there, the one black dude was tremendous. And he's like, come on over, say hello whenever you want. I went over there one time. I didn't leave. I didn't leave. They're like, dog, you got HIV? I don't give a fuck. I'd rather be in here with you guys. I would wake up and shoot over there. Those guys had everything. They would have huge parties on football Sundays because they were all into football. Food, tacos. You know, they didn't fuck around. Those jailhouse tacos that are fucking good. People would bring in Popeye's fried chicken. The brothers would always bring in Popeye's fried chicken on Sundays. We'd watch football and then Married with Children. And you know you watch America's Most Wanted in jail.
All day.
That's the favorite show. That and Cops. They
Day.
love all that shit. They will sit there and clap for the criminals and shit and fucking tell their stories. What a blast it is. People have no idea. Sometimes you have a good time in jail. I had a good time, dog.
I kind of miss it, man. Like sometimes I'll get like little messages here and there from people I was locked up with on my Instagram or Facebook, and they can only trigger memories that we've gone through in there, and they were just like, "Yo, dog, we were locked up. We were in dorm 307. I used to stay right there by the shower where we used to hide the thing by the tile," and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I do miss it. I just, like you said, dog, it's just a man telling you what to do fucks me up now.
That fucks me up now. I enjoyed it. Listen, I knew I wasn't going to escape. I knew I wasn't going to leave, you know, because I had a friend that told me, he goes, fuck that. I got a Hertz rent-a-car that you could be a manager trainee at in like El Salvador or some shit. They wanted me to go to like one of those South American and I thought about it. I thought about fucking running and not doing the time. But you know what? Then you have that shit on the one day when you do get your life together, you got to go to the hospital with your kid. They run a background check, and there you are. And now you got to do that 30 fucking years still. Plus the escape, plus all that shit. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go in there, do my time, and make the best of my fucking time. And that's exactly what I did. I got into running. I got into I got into booking fucking football games. I became a jailhouse attorney. I helped people with their appeals and shit. I took the test. You know, I made the best of it. So, but I knew I never wanted to go back, George.
Nah. Now, Joey, were you your healthiest when you were in, like, I could imagine you, dog. Like, were you healthy in 88?
Yes. I got in shape
for
prison.
Right.
I knew that, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm going to beat this thing. But in my head, I ain't that stupid because they told me there's no way you're not going to do something. They caught you with a machine gun. That's a lot of shit could have happened with that machine gun. So we're going to give you something. So, yeah, I was hoping that maybe, you know, God would, you know, like, you ever hear the story of St. Francis of Assisi? He got fucking, you know, they set him up. He was innocent, and he went to court, and the window was open, and a note blew in that said he was innocent or some shit. You know, I was like, maybe this will happen for me, the story of St. Francis of Assisi. But in reality, I was getting ready, dog. I was hitting the bag. I was riding my bike. I was swimming. I was running. I was, you know, you never know. So I was just getting ready.
They had weights, huh? Back in your day, they took weights out when I got locked up. You guys had weights and shit?
We had weights. We had a punching bag. They had a little laundry room with weights in there. They had a card game. That's where the brothers would play cards in the laundry room. There was just a little weightlifting there. And I would eat breakfast and shoot to the gym. You had to sign up. So I had like a 9:30 window. You had a half hour at the gym. So it was okay. I hung out with a Crip in there. I became friends with a Crip that was fucking dynamite. I saw him. What happened?
A Crip?
A Crip. He was fucking filthy rich.
Okay.
Filthy rich. He was younger than me. If I was 25, he was 23.
All right.
He had 7 cars and 7 girlfriends. Each of them had one of his cars, and all of them had one of his kids.
Wow.
He made sure, you get a car, you got to suck my dick and have my kid. He had 7, 8, 9 kids. And he had his main woman that had 2 kids or 3 kids. Then the rest of them were all side pieces.
Yeah.
So all the side pieces would come see him on Saturday, and his main woman would come on Sunday. And they would bring tons of food, especially Nutter Butters.
Yeah, those are the thing right there, baby.
So we would eat Nutter Butters on Sunday night, watching America's Most Wanted. What? In the HIV unit. What? We get green chili burritos and shit with mashed potatoes. It was on, dog. It was really a lot of fucking. And I know people are going to watch this and go, how the fuck was prison fun? It was fun. For me, it was fun. And I didn't get high in there.
Nah, me neither.
I refused to get high in there. No. I didn't do coke. I didn't smoke weed. I did acid because they couldn't test for acid. So acid was running rampant in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Me and the fucking librarian, the black crip, and another white dude used to get fucked up and sit on the park bench, and the guard would see us. Then he'd piss us the next day. If a guard sees you out late fucking around, they piss you.
Yeah.
The next day. So my number would come up. I go in there and piss all happy and shit. You ain't going to get me because they said they had to require a special test for acid. Yeah. Who the fuck knows, man?
Nah, dog. I remember where I was at. Like, see, when I'm locked up, everything's banned. There's no cigarettes.
You don't smoke either?
No. Arnold Schwarzenegger took that shit out. He even took sugar shit out. You could only buy like candy bar. You couldn't buy that you had to get it from a package. So I remember one time we were bored, Joey. You know, when you're bored, it's you and your boys. And I was living in a dorm at this time because my points dropped. I was on good behavior, and they're like, all right, fool, you don't got to live in a cell no more. You can go hang out with other inmates. And this is the first and only time, dog. You know those plastic spoons, the sporks? Motherfucker, he put a little liquid in there, and he was just like, look, dog, we call this a caldito. I'm like, what's a caldito? He's like, it's heroin and something else. All you got to do is snort it, and I guarantee you your troubles are going to be gone for today. And I was like, you know what? Hey, fuck it. Give me half. Dog. I'll never feel like that again, man. It was like 10 blunts to the face in one hit, a Death Star, the fucking blackout brownie. I remember just kicking it, dog. And then like, that was when I told myself, shit could have happened to you today, fool. Don't ever do this shit again.
Were you fucked up?
I was fucked. They wouldn't even let me go eat. They were like, yo, dog, we're going to bring food back to you. Stay in this bed. Because I've never had kind of that shit in my system. It was bad.
I did some brown tar in there.
Yeah.
I did some brown tar with the Mexicans. They fucking took a dropper and put it in my nose. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't get high at all. I didn't feel nothing. It was a waste of fucking heroin. But I was so bored one day, they were like, dog, we got some fucking black tar and you don't have to shoot it. You could just drop it in your nose. I said, give me a fucking drop. Then there was this crazy white dude from Philadelphia. His name was John Clark. I'll never forget this dude. He had like a reputation. You know those dudes when they land in jail? Like he did like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I caught him the last fucking 6 months of his sentence. And he hated everybody. He had a big fucking picture of Hitler on his chest. This dude hated blacks, whites, Spanish. He didn't give a fuck. But me and him hit it off. So his girlfriend would come in on Sundays, make out with him, and spit a fucking balloon in his mouth with speed in it. And fucking Sunday, I would never see him, but I'd see him Monday afternoon. He'd ask me, you want a line? And I'd say, fuck yeah, because they couldn't test you for crank either.
Nah.
So I'd do a line of speed with him, and I'd be losing my mind. And Monday nights, we played basketball. Dog, you should have seen me. I was like Robbie fucking Benson in One-on-One when they got him all fucked up. I don't know if you ever seen One-on-One. That's an old school basketball movie, 77 with Bob Benson, whatever, that little cute little white dude. He went to college, and they fucked him up and shit. But he got fucked up during a game of practice. They gave him like reefer, and he's putting the ball behind his back. That was me on the speed that night. I'm putting the ball behind my back. I was fucked up. You go up in the air, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm not going to come down. Like, that's how fucked up and fucking high I would be. And then I just stopped. I'm like, I'm not doing no more speed, no more basketball. I'm not doing that shit no more. Jumping up, and I don't think I'm going to come down.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
How old were you, Joey, when you were locked up?
25. I got sentenced when I was 25. Nice and young. Right there to get you out in the system.
It saved you, though, right? You. It saved you.
Yes. I have no regrets.
Yeah.
I have no regrets. it made me at least realize that the life I was living, you know, when you go to prison and you come out, now how many times did you get locked up? Twice or once?
I've been to prison once, but like I've been in that county fighting cases like 5 to 6 times. Yeah, like the first time I fought a case was a gun charge. And then I remember the DA was just like, look, man, they dropped it on me. It was like 93 misdemeanor in California. And they were like, just fucking let it go. And then, yeah, the county sucks. You guys don't have the county out there in Colorado, right?
Yeah, we had counties. Jefferson County, Boulder County Jail, shit like that. Yeah, it was cool. They had it down over there. But it's crazy how when you got locked up, when you came out, you knew you weren't going back in.
Nah, I didn't know that yet, dog. I did not know yet. Because it was weird, dog. I don't know if you heard the story, but you're the first person to get me on stage after I got out of prison. Because like I was kind of like, I don't even know if I want to do comedy and shit. You know what I mean? And like, nah, man. I never wanted to go fucking. Sorry, my mind just flipped to every fucking dude I was locked up with.
Yeah, it happens. I get caught up sometimes too, man.
Yeah, because they were like, yo, homie, we don't want you back here. Represent us out there, George. You're fucking funny. You're a homie. Show the world that we're funny. I could just remember those faces, dog. It was a shame for me to be in there. They were ashamed of me, eh? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah.
You watch your Showtime special in prison?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, because that came out after you got locked up, right?
Dog, I was in Bakersfield, and you guys were doing a show in Bakersfield.
Really?
We turned the TV on, because you know, in Wasco, they give you like a day room TV. You can see it through the corner of that little window they have on your cell, that little door thing, that little, like a pussy stripe.
Yeah.
And I just remember looking and shit, and then that's when it set in, dog. Like, in my head, I was really going like, hey, dog, this is how childish I was at the time. In my head, I was going like, you know what, dog? I think these fools are going to come bail me out for one day. I'm going to go tell jokes, and then they'll probably let me back in. Fuck, what a dumbass.
Bro, it happens. Listen, I felt shitty when I got out, but now I hold that prison sentence like dear to my heart. It's like a medal.
Sacred.
Because without that fucking medal, I would have never ended up here. It was listen, I knew prison was in the cards. When you throw enough spaghetti against the wall, it's going to stick. And I was doing a crime every fucking day. Every day I did a felony, something. A misdemeanor. I did something. I jaywalked. I did something. When you do something every day, eventually. So I knew when I was like 23 and I would have police contact, I would go, someday this is going to get more serious.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I was going to be 33, 43, or 53. So I'm happy it happened when I was 23.
Yeah.
It happened when I was 24. I got pinched for the kidnapping at 24, and I did the time a year later.
The youngest kidnapper I know, dog. Usually people that kidnap, they're older and they get younger people. You're a younger person that kidnapped the older person. That's crazy, dog.
Dog, it was a fucking bad day.
What were you thinking, though, honestly? Like, you threw a motherfucker in the trunk.
George, when you're doing a crime, you're not fucking thinking.
Yeah.
You know? I've done 1,000 crimes. And as you're doing it, you know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? You know what you're doing. You know that it's bad, but you pray for the best.
Fuck yeah.
With that day, with me, it's funny because I went to the dentist last week and they gave me gas. I asked for the gas. And the doctor asked me, when's the last time you got gas? They put like a little pig nose on me with two little things in your nose, and it didn't really fucking work that good. But the last time I did gas was the day I kidnapped Kent Vela.
Oh, shit.
November 18th of 1987, I went to the dentist at 9 in the morning. I still got the silver in the cavity. Like the
Oh,
filling
la
is
muela.
still fucking good. The cap is still good. All those people that said silver sucks, fuck you. That motherfucker's in there. That tooth is never hurt again. They never had to do a root canal on it, nothing. So I got gas that morning. And then that afternoon, I can't blame the gas. You know, I could have probably got off, but I was like, I ain't going to say nothing because I did it. You know what? Good? I did it. If I get another excuse and I get let out, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep doing this. After they arrested me, I got to be honest with you. I was happy. I was happy that it came to an end. Like my karma was going to change. So if they would give me probation and 90-day work release, I would have learned my lesson. I just knew I never wanted to be in that fucking cell again. I just knew it. But I knew that was going to happen to me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I didn't know I was going to go to prison. I knew I was going to go. I quit high school. I didn't have a diploma. Once you ain't got a diploma, you're on the fast track to prison.
Yeah,
when you ain't got a GED, you ain't got a high school diploma, you're on the fast track. All you need is a knuckle tattoo. All you need is like a tattoo on your neck or one on your knuckles, and you're official. Yeah, that's it. You're official. They're going to throw you in jail eventually. That comes with the fucking program, you know? So when they told me I was going to prison, I was a little upset, but not really, George. I knew it was coming. As long as you know it's coming and you know the day is going to, I was okay with it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud that I did my time. I'm proud that I went up in front of that judge and didn't leave. I didn't talk. People were saying, leave the country, come back in 20 years. You know what, man? I wanted my life to move forward. I wanted it to go somewhere. I always wanted my life to go somewhere. I did 30 years of comedy, but it took me 30 years to become a man, George.
Hey, I feel you, dog.
Comedy got me to this spot today where I am. All that comedy and dealing with people. You know, when you jump into comedy, you got to work hard. You know, I was talking about Pete Rose this morning, how I patterned my comedy career after Charlie Hustle.
Straight up.
You know, you got to hustle. That word in the 70s was huge. They even wrote a song about it. Do the hustle. It was huge. That song, that word was huge in the 70s and early 80s. It's not used anymore.
Nah,
Hustling is a fucking thing that you put in your soul, and you'll never miss a meal.
Yeah.
You'll never miss a meal. Who guys is it?
Immigrants hustle, dog.
You gotta hustle, because if you don't hustle, so with comedy, anything I did, I added that hustle, but that hustle was built in the 70s. This country was huge. That word was huge in the 70s. You don't hear it no more.
Nah, now it's getting hustled.
Yeah, now nobody hustles no more. And it's a very easy concept to add to your life.
Yeah.
It means that you ain't stopping. And when, you have to always, like I remember talking to Don Marrero one day, and we were talking about basketball. When you play basketball and you're serious about basketball, there's no sitting on the couch. There's no fucking sitting around, because you got to think Mike is the guy that I'm going up against. He's the other guard that I'm trying to start. What is he doing? Is he fucking practicing? Maybe, maybe not. That means I got to go practice.
Yep.
And that's the hustle. The hustle never fucking stops. It's not the big things that you do. It's the little things. So I'm just trying to bring hustling back. I want these fucking young kids to get hustle back in their vocabulary.
Hey, dog. Remember when I first got out of prison? I fucking had 5 rooms a week. I had the Sunset Room. On Tuesday, I had Casa Latina. On Wednesday, I had Roscoe's. On fucking Thursday, I was doing a ghetto hotel in Montebello.
Dan hit me up? He's coming. Dan hit me up. He's coming to New York.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Dan Ebert.
Dan Ebert hit me up. He's coming to New York. I hit him back, and he was like, dog, I didn't think you were going to hit me back. I said, how many fucking sandwiches you give me to take home on a Wednesday fucking night? When somebody gives me a sandwich, I never forget about you. Those fucking triple-decker sandwiches he would give me for the way home, you give me a little weed. By the time I hit the 5, I had to eat one of those fucking sandwiches. How big was I? And then I'd stop at fucking King Taco.
Oh, shit.
I was addicted to Mexican rooms, dog. I loved Mexican rooms because I knew on the way back I was going to King Taco, and I definitely have $40. Either you would give me 40, Felipe would give me 40, Edwin San Juan would give me 40. Everybody gave you 40. Fly would give you 40. So you do 2 spots a night. Willie Barcena would give you 50. How people have no idea how grateful I am to all those Mexican rooms. They have no idea. That's how I cut my teeth.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this shit, dog.
Dog, I fucking love that Monday night room you had that started at 11 with the fucking chicken wings and shit, and the pretty chick that worked. That I never talked to. I never said 2 words to her. I was always embarrassed to talk to her. She was beautiful. Yeah. Tuesdays, Casa Latina, I remember oh my God, I remember going in the backyard there. They had a little door in the back, and Edwin San Juan had a fucking glass pipe in his arm, and he took the pipe out of his fucking jacket. It was this fucking big, the pipe. I'm like, you've had that in your arm all fucking night? And we would just puff fucking 20 fucking joints. Rodrigo, you, me, Edwin, Felipe, Fly, Jeff Garcia. I mean, it was a fucking... What? Chepo. Oh, shit. Ivan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ivan.
Hey, speaking of these Mexican rooms, like a lot of people, you know, a lot of Mexican fans, they know the underground shit. Like, hey, was there a room in Denny's in Downey that Gabriel Iglesias and Willie Barcena used to host? It was a Denny's.
Yes.
They told me it was cracking.
Bro, Tuesday nights, it turned into a Denny's.
Oh, you're right.
It turned into a Denny's. It was something else. Dog, I went down there one Tuesday night, like the first time Willie booked me down there in, where was it?
It was in Downey.
Downey. And it was a Cuban neighborhood.
Oh.
Downey's got like a little Cuban neighborhood to it.
How could you tell?
Because that's where all the Cuban restaurants are in Downey. There's a big population of Cubans in Downey. 2 people had rooms in Downey. Willie had one and another guy had one. I forget who was the other kid who had one. But Willie's room, the first time I went down there, I went on stage and I did that shit with my jaw about doing coke. And dog, every time I went down there, some guy gave me a block of coke. I would go down there every Tuesday. Whether he gave me 40 or not, I'd go down there for a guest set. Yeah. Because I knew I was getting a chunk of fucking coke from that fucking Cuban dude. It was some fucking Cuban dude. But till this day, your boy Gabriel had the bicycle casino.
Oh.
When he first started. Gabriel Iglesias paid $35 at the bicycle casino on Thursday nights. You had to drive back on Friday and get paid.
Why?
I don't know. It was a fucking nightmare. You had to drive down there on Friday at 3 o'clock to get a fucking paycheck. You know, with all that traffic and shit. Gabriel used to book that when I first got there. And your other boy, Gilbert, had a room in Long Beach. They had a taco truck outside for 50 cents. A taco, and the tacos were world class. I still remember bringing my coke dealer with me to that gig because I owed him money. He's like, I'm going with you. I'm collecting tonight, cocksucker. I had like 3 gigs, 50 apiece. And what's the show? What's the room we used to do in Universal on Monday nights?
John Lovitz. No,
John
the
Lovitz.
Conga Room.
The Conga Room. There you go. That was Ernie G's.
Wow.
I remember I went there the night before I left for the longest yard, and I had not a dime. And Ernie gave me $40. Jeff Garcia gave me like $25, and I think somebody gave me a half a pack of cigarettes. So when I left for the longest yard, that's where I got the cash from those fucking people.
Yeah. What about Wild Coyote? Remember that fool used to make us sign a fucking voucher and shit? He's trying to get
tremendous Wild Coyotes.
His name was Oscar.
Oscar. Yep.
Now he runs the hotel across the street from the Long Beach Laugh Factory.
Really?
Yeah, the Long Beach Laugh Factory right across the street.
There's
He's
a
like,
hotel.
I was out
Right.
there. You know me, back when I used to do all coke, I'd go outside, hide, smoke cigarettes. And then I seen him. Still
Oscar. Nobody could imagine. That's why I'm very grateful to you, Felipe, even the dude who had the room in the Chinese town. What's the Chinese town where they have all those fucking things that people sit down? Remember, we used to have a Chinese restaurant that was mobbed up by the Monday night room that you had.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was the restaurant.
The restaurant. They'd be playing cards in there. I remember I went in there one night and the waiter looked at me. He's like, nah, we don't serve white people.
It was by the KFC on Hacienda.
Yep, by the KFC and the donut shop. The donut shop was across from it. It had some badass fucking donuts. That room used to start at 11 o'clock, dog, on Mondays. I still remember driving back at 2. Like going, what the fuck was that? 2 in the fucking morning on a Monday. We would start at the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, and then I'd shoot to you out there.
Yeah, it was
3
a good
fucking
$50,
spots.
dog.
Fuck yeah, $50. $50 is $50 back then. Let me tell you something. I didn't know how much money I was making until they took it away from me.
What do you mean?
I was doing all those rooms from 1997. The Mexicans opened up their hearts to me. From Rudy Moreno at the Brave Bull to Sebastian Satina.
The Brave Bull.
The Brave Bull. I mean, all those dudes fucking opened their hearts to me. In 2007, the economy flipped. Remember, everything washed out. 2007, 2008, we were doing an acting class behind my building in Hollywood. Me, Felipe, Silent Bob, Edwin. We were all getting together Tuesdays at 11. We'd stay there till 1, and then we'd go to the weed store on Sunset. And the guy would make edibles. He was a baker. And he would make like fucking apple pie and all this shit. So I remember in 2008, my wife asked me once, she goes, where's the money? And I go, what money? Because I was living off residuals and a little bit of the road with Joe Rogan. And she's like, you usually have money during the week because all those rooms went down.
I got locked up.
You got locked up. That's what it was. All those rooms went down. So my income, you know, those rooms were making you an extra $800 a week because I was doing, and we were doing up north. They had a Mexican room up north that they were booking. We had a lot. We had a lot of fucking work, and it shut down. So that cash, we missed that cash. Those 50s and those 40s and those
groceries,
100s. Yeah, they add up. It's gas in your car. It's reefer the next morning. It's, you know, that money added up. I never knew because I was always doing coke. So I was always broke. But once I quit doing coke, those rooms were fucking paying my bills. Yeah. I'm like, look at all this fucking money I got. Dog, in those days, I would check my bank account, and I would always be at $18, $16. Every once in a while, I had $23. And I could take a 20 out and buy a sack of weed from the fucking weed store, a gram of weed or something. But I never had over $20 in that fucking account. Once I stopped doing coke, those Mexican rooms, I had $600, $700 in my account. I'd be walking around like, what? Look at Uncle Joey with $600 in his fucking account.
All right, with the new leather jacket.
With the new leather jacket and shit. But yeah, after those rooms went, it left us out in the fucking cold. We didn't really know how much money we were making.
Yeah, dog. I remember. Do you remember the first time we met? It was like an underground room. It was Peppers in the city of Garden Grove off of Harbor and Chapman. Who used to run that room?
Rick Martinez.
Yes.
That's the room where he fucking taped me the week before, and people coming up to me going, do you have a DVD? And he goes, I got your DVD.
What?
He taped me at his show the week before without telling me. He was a sneaky dude, Rick Martinez. God bless him, though. I don't know where he is. He disappeared. He was fucking a new chick every week with a BMW, dog.
He was, dog. He was getting married every week.
He really fucking was. And you know what, dog? Yeah, he was a little overbearing, but he had the gift of hustle.
Yeah, exactly.
That dude, he had a room one time with Samoans, and they threw a knife at Darren Carter. Darren Carter was on stage with the light, and a knife went flying right past him, and it hit the door, and Darren Carter looked at the fucking thing, and he like melted. They threw a knife at him down there, dog. It went right past him and hit the wall, and it stayed in the wall like Rambo. And Rambo fucking 2 when he chopped the fucking Vietnamese heads off. Dog, they just threw it at him. Listen, when you get a knife thrown at you in a comedy room, that means don't go back. Like, don't ever go back there. And I think I went back there, and I'm like, what? What about the room that you had when we got there that shot the doorman the night before? And there was a bunch of Mexican candles in front of it and shit. They shot the guy the night before, and we're doing comedy the next night.
Oh, yeah.
What was the name of that? Oceans. Oceans.
You're right.
Oceans. I was there one night when Noe's.
Noe and Martin ran it.
That's right. I was there one night when Noe's wife just got out of jail, and she came in with the wristband. And she's like, you gotta lend me $20. I'm like, lend you $20? I need to buy Coke. Who's got the Coke? And she's like, I'll get you Coke if you lend me the $20. I just got out of county jail. I've been doing 90 days. Fucking Noe threw me in jail or something. They thought she was, bro, that bitch was crazy. I still remember being in La Jolla with her. I was the headliner. Me and Marilyn Martinez would co-headline, and Noe would open up for us. So Noe would sleep in the couch in La Jolla, and him and that girl would get fucked up. And I remember one night I opened up that thing. We had a bathroom in the main bathroom, in the main big room. I had a bathroom in there, but I think I needed water. And I opened up the door. Noe was passed out, and the chick was still playing with a pussy with a little pad of. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, oh my God, I didn't think you were awake. I'm like, no, leave the blanket off. Let me look at that fucking monkey. She was beating that motherfucker up. Dust was coming out of it. The whole thing. I'm like, what the fuck? But Oceans was the room that I went there one night, and the doorman got shot the night before. And I'm like, I'm on stage doing comedy.
I was there.
At a place where a motherfucker got shot last night. The families were out there praying for the body and shit.
He didn't get shot on comedy night. He got like on hip hop night.
Right. He got shot like the night before or something like that. But you tell people those stories, they won't fucking believe you. They're like, there's no way you were doing comedy in those rooms. We didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
we didn't give a fuck.
I got fucked with a lot at Wild Coyote.
Did you?
Yeah, because see, a lot of the comedians didn't understand that I'm an Orange County gang member, and I was in fucking Montebello. And then you notice not one black fool lived in that city?
In Montebello?
Yeah, Montebello or El Monte. It's just Mexican. Even the Asians, they get their eyes fixed to look like a cholo. Like, yo, dog. Hey, dog.
So there's no COVID in Montebello.
Yeah, no, there's no COVID in Montebello, dog. And I was there with Head. Remember Head Trend?
Sure.
Dog, I was doing good on stage, but the fool was like, hey, homie, get off. We want to dance. Hey, everybody knows you're funny. And I fucked up, Joey. I fucked up. I started fucking going at that fool. Boom, boom, boom. Because, that was the code. If someone heckles you, eat them up. Out of fucking nowhere, dog, a spooner hits the stage. You know those big drinks they used to have over there? Amber was the waitress. And they fucking threw the spooner at me. That shit hit the big sandal behind me. Dog. I tried to go out there, and Head was like, hey, homie, I got to escort you out the kitchen, or they're going to get you. And then fucking Head took me out through the kitchen. I ain't going to lie, dog. I could have thrown like you remember those dope fiend punches you could throw back then? You're like, I just got to hit this fool once, keep the car running. Keep the fucking car running. But Head was like, nah, dog. I work here. Officer's going to get tripped. That was like the craziest incident I got over there. But like, remember when they jumped flying Tommy Chun?
I kind of remember that. I got jumped in San Bernardino.
No way.
That's where I got jumped.
It's ghetto over there.
They tried to rob me, dog, in San Bernardino. Then another night I went up there with Felipe, and they set us up. They were going to put us in a car and rob us.
Oh.
Me and Felipe. Yeah, they don't fuck around up there.
Nah, I've been robbed once by a gun, and I remember my tight ass homie Evans. He was just like, "Look, dog. Whenever someone pulls out a gun on you, do you want to keep that $200 or do you want to have another chance to get that money back and live? He's like, someone pulls out a gun, I'm done. Now, if you ain't got none on me, I remember they pulled out heat on me and took my cash once. It's kind of fucking like, I don't know, dog. I felt like I got, I'm not trying to diss no one, but it was like my only way of rape. I feel like I got raped. I was under no control. There was a fucking strap to my head. I only had $30. They were mad at me. I was like, I already paid everybody, dog.
There's nothing wrong. Let me tell you something. Plenty of times I broke into a house and there was only a gram instead of an ounce. I was pissed off as a motherfucker, dog. You committing a felony to get no fucking dough. You put a gun to somebody, that's a felony. And they show up with $30. You're like, God damn it. A minimum, I needed 300. Minimum was 300. But you know what, man? What comes around goes around. How many fools did we mug?
Yeah, straight up.
So what comes around goes around, man. So as long as you understand that concept, I used to mug those dudes at Hudson County Park when I was a kid. Make believe I was a fucking stalker or some shit and fucking, and you got it coming to you. What are you going to fucking do? But one time a guy pulled a gun in Harlem when I was copping, but they didn't rob us. What happened?
What year was it?
81?
Yeah, because there's no cameras out. Dog.
No, there was no cameras.
The era we grew up in.
No, there was no cameras.
You could have got robbed before, just had a gun in a fucking trash bag. You would have been like, hey.
And I had two friends that went over to the city to get a blowjob one night, and they got out of the car, and the chick was blowing them in the park, and next thing you know, it was a setup. 3 guys came with guns and robbed them. I mean, took their sneakers, took their belts, took everything so they couldn't chase them and shit. So I made a mental note. I was like 16 when they told me that story. They're like, dog, we just got mugged in the city. We went for a blowjob. The chick was sucking our dick, and they pulled guns on us and shit. And I'm like, fuck it. I ain't never getting myself in that position. But I went over that city 1,000 times to cop, and nobody ever pulled a fucking gun on me. Knock on fucking wood, So now I don't cop no more. The other day I hang out with a Newark cop.
Okay.
And I was talking to him. We were watching the kids play, and I asked him, I go, they sell drugs? And he was telling me how the streets are buck wild in Newark, dog. Passaic, somewhere, Patterson. That's where everybody goes to get their drugs on the street. Pills, you get anything down there. I couldn't even imagine going down there now. I couldn't even imagine. You know how many fucking things I used to walk into, all those weed circles in Harlem and cocaine circles that everybody's slinging on the street, and I used to live for those things. I loved walking into those things. I couldn't even imagine copping drugs off the street now. I didn't even know where to start.
Hey, so is Harlem like the capital of New York as far as like, is that the easiest place to get it? Like, say you go uptown, say you go Brooklyn, it's like people set tripping on you?
Dog, I don't know anymore, but I remember 20 years ago, maybe 1997, I went to Port Authority, and I couldn't get a hold of my friends, so I went to Harlem looking for drugs. After Giuliani came to New York, he cleaned that shit out. So I don't even know. Like, I haven't been to Harlem yet. I've been here 11 months. I've been to the city, but I haven't been to Harlem. I've been to Brooklyn. I've been to Queens. But I didn't see no drug dealers out on the streets. But he was telling me that in Jersey, in Newark, they got fucking drug people on the street. Nah, they're Passaic, Patterson. Right. They got them out there selling heroin, the whole fucking thing. Yeah, in Newark, they have $3 bags of heroin.
Damn.
That's right. They sell heroin on the street. I wouldn't even know where the fuck to start, George. Can you believe that?
Yeah, me neither. I wouldn't. We get weed online now.
There's a site that I tell people here in Jersey where to get weed from. Okay. In California, that's tremendous. You have to send them cash, and then they send you the weed 3 days later. It's fucking tremendous. My brother orders from them all the fucking time. They're popping up here like left and right now from California.
Yeah, you can't grow weed on Jersey, right?
I think so. I think it's legalized. I don't know
It's hard to grow though because of the weather, right?
They grow in a house.
Fuck it, huh?
Yeah, they grow in houses. So I wouldn't even. I don't even know where to start copping now. If I needed to cop, Like if I need to cop weed, I would go to North Bergen. I got a kid up there that sells pretty decent weed. He gets it from Cali, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a bag one day, but it didn't look that good. I gave it to a friend of mine. But yeah, I don't even know where the fuck to start with copping anymore, dog.
The hardest weed I had to find was your laughing gas, dog.
Well, there was only one store that has it.
Yeah, and like I had a fool waiting out there. Like, you know how they wait in line for sneakers? I told that fool, I need a fucking bag, dog. And that shit fucked me up, homie. I don't know what they put in it. You know when you smoke a new strain? It was a new strain to me. I don't know what that is, but it was some good shit, man. Are you sold out of that?
There's a little bit left, and then more comes out on the 10th.
Are you going to have it in Jersey?
I'm going to have him send some to me, absolutely. I already smoked what he sent me. That shit was deadly, dog. I gave a bag to Mike. I kept the bag. That shit was deadly. You know what, man? I hate to pat myself on the back, but that's good fucking reefer, man. I liked it.
Hey, I smoked it, and fucking Carlitos Way was on. The part where fucking I suck at, but remember when he's doing the court appeal, and he's like, Joanna, it only took 5 years, not 30 to my.
Like
what
you,
was it?
yeah, like you thought.
Still?
Oh my God, Broomfeld.
Yeah. Homie,
Sean Penn hit it out of the fucking park with that movie, dog.
Huh?
Sean Penn hit it out of the fucking park with that movie. He was tremendous as the fucking attorney. He was tremendous. You know what? I saw that in the movie theater. I didn't like it as much as I like it now.
Yeah?
Yeah, now I really like that movie. That was the beginning of the movie when he's in with his appeal, and then they get him out, and they go to a Puerto Rican bar, and they're dancing with the girl from Miami Vice, and the two girls say, what the fuck, you want to hang out with each other? And they're both drunk at the bar.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking movie. I liked it better now than what I did when I went to see it.
Why, you don't think you understand it like you understand it now?
Yeah, it was completely different when I saw it the first. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is like a redone. This is like a remix. Have you seen the prequel to Carlito's Way?
I won't watch them.
Horrible. With Luis Guzman and Puff Daddy and shit and the Puerto Rican kid. Fucking terrible. And I was in on the ground floor in that movie. They reached out to me. I'm like, nah. That movie looks a little fucking fishy. But I love you, George Perez. I'm fucking happy to see you. This wasn't even like a fucking podcast. This is just great to see you, man.
Yeah, catching up with you, man. I miss you, dog.
It's been 3 months since I saw you. Is it different now?
It's different, dog. It's like, yo, man, I've never felt like a dinosaur. Like I feel old to these fools, but I'm still not. I know I'm not. It's just like, yo, dog. I went to go to Hollywood to try to hang out at the 3 clubs, and it was like going to a prison yard that like nobody was there no more. Just the guards, just the workers. It was fucking weird, dog. Weird. No Jeff at the store. That shit hurt. That was weird.
That was weird. I hear the store isn't the same, I hate to say this, as it was. I'm hearing little things. You know what, man? I'm going to be as honest as I can with you, George. I don't feel old. I am old.
Thank you.
And I have to be honest with myself that I didn't want to have white hair on stage and tell pussy jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look fucking like, who's this dirty old man on stage? So if I do go back, all those pussy jokes are going to change. You know what I'm saying? But I already think, like, I don't think I'm done. I just think I did what I had to do.
I feel you, dog.
You know, sometimes in life you do what you got to do and you move the fuck on. You know, but I feel like an old man, you know, being around young kid. Like, it would feel creepy for me. I remember when I was 21 and a 25-year-old dude would come to a bar, and I'd tell that dude to go mend a sweater. You're too old to be hitting on 21-year-olds. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel now. I have to be honest with myself and go the opposite. Listen, you're too fucking old, Joey. You know, if I get back on stage, I got to wear a suit.
Yeah.
I got to put on a fucking suit. Yeah, you know, I got to do it right. There's no way I can go back up there with a leather jacket like this. This is my favorite stand-up shirt. I bought like 13 of these. I only wear 3 of them. I still got them in wrappers and shit. This is as comfortable as can be. This is my comedy shirt.
The shit you wore in the Showtime special, dog.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the boots.
With the boots and shit. I love all that stuff on stage. But now, if I get on stage, I got this white hair. It's a different story. I'm just trying to be honest with myself. You know, it's. I don't want people to go, look at fucking Joey dyeing his hair and going up there telling pussy jokes. It's not the same. When I left L.A., I said my goodbye to the Comedy Store. And I think I said my goodbye to that whole fucking world. I hope not. I hope not. I hope in 3 months I'm on stage fucking around, having a good time locally at Uncle Vinny's or something. But that's how I feel, George. And I miss you guys.
Miss you too, dog.
Like my realm of comedy is gone. That was it. That's it. It's time to go home.
Yeah.
It's time to pick up your toys and your ball and go home.
Yeah. You know, I've hung out a couple times. It's still there, dog. There's spurts of it. Like, you know what I mean? But I just feel like you, Rogan, and Redman came and revolutionized it when they fucking fired Tommy. It'll never be like that again, but it's still there, dog. It's still there. You know, it's like the Raiders, dog. We're trying to make it look like how it was in the 80s. The Raiders in the 80s, untouchable.
It's going to be tough with a gay Raider.
What?
I ain't got nothing against gay people, but how the fuck is there a gay Raider? That coach, the old coach, must be fucking spinning in his grave. Al Davis and all those dudes are like, how the fuck is there a gay Raider? Where do we go from here? I can see a gay 49er, a gay Giant, but a gay Raider? And I got nothing against gay people. You know, I'm part of the LGBT community. I love you guys motherfuckers to death. But there's no way on this earth that I ever think there would be a gay Raider. When that dude came out of the closet and I saw the Raider shirt on him, I'm like, this ain't right. This is part of God's joke with COVID. How is there a fucking gay Raider? We got any dates coming up, George?
Yes. August 21st, I'm at the Continental Room in Fullerton. September 8th, American Comedy Club, San Diego. September 4th, Novo Theater in LA. Shit's crazy. I'm on that Fool's Gone Wild, you know what I mean? It's a bomb-ass new website. They always throw you up, dog. You got to check out Fool's Gone Wild, Joey.
I'll check them out today. Send them my love.
For sure, brother. I give you a, man, like, I don't even feel like we park. I don't want to hang up.
You got to go to work today?
Huh?
You got to go to work?
I got to work tonight, man. Hey, dog, I feel old when I'm at the strip club, dog. I'm ready to let that shit go. It's fucking with me. But everybody that works with me is older than me. That's the crazy part.
Pussy is pussy. You know? You can't touch it, but you can look at it till you're 90. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't hit nobody in 20 years because I don't want to show nobody wants to see a 40-year-old dick. You know what I'm saying? After when I became 40, I'm like, that's it. My slinging dick days are over. I better find a girlfriend. And I did. I found the wife. And, I found the wife at 37. But at 40, I go, I'm off. If we break up, I'm done. Nobody wants to see a 40-year-old dick. Yeah. And a 58-year-old dick. Nobody. I don't even want to see it. When I look at it, I go, I can't believe it's my dick. That's the ugly. It was ugly to start with. Now it looks like a fucking aardvark. I don't even know what the fuck to do with it. I got a rash. I got to put fucking Petri all around my dick, my legs. What the fuck is going on with this dog?
I don't know. Getting there, man. I'm working out again. Little slow steps and shit. I'm on my 7th day today. I'm going to work out in like an hour. Feels good, dog.
It's the fountain of youth, brother. When you're a man and you're getting older, weights is the fountain of youth. Anything else will get hurt. Jiu-jitsu, I'll get hurt. Kickboxing, I'll get hurt. I hit the bag still 1 day a week, twice a week, but the fucking gym is my bread and butter, George. It's really helped me to get to here, so.
You look good, homie.
I'm trying, brother. Like I told you the other night, no weed till nighttime, no edibles in the daytime,
Box me. Because whenever I'm with you, you always be like, where's it at? Where's it at?
Can you fucking believe that, bro? So that's why I'm saying that wasn't like a change I implemented or never, I never even dreamed of quitting smoking pot. I never even thought about it. That was never even a fucking thought to me. Like when those guys would do Sober October, I go fuck yourself. I don't want to be fucking sober. I got sober on my own because my body didn't need it no more.
Yeah, your body, I've been there.
I think that whole game had me all fucked up, and I feel better now.
Mind is fucking powerful, dog.
Dog, I was getting anxiety. They put a fucking heart monitor on me. I got no anxiety now. You know what I'm saying? When I test my blood pressure here, I'm always high. I go to the doctor, I'm right on. When you scare me with the doctor, everything goes away. You tell me you give me a needle, everything goes away. I went for a blood test. When I left the blood test, I felt a lot fucking better. But I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You keep doing what you're doing. And we'll meet in the motherfucking middle. I love you with all my heart. I miss you. And I wish you nothing but success. In about 2 weeks, I'll zoom into your podcast.
Fuck yeah, man. I appreciate that, brother.
All right, brother. I love you. I didn't forget about you. I'll never forget about you. You're one of my closest friends. You always had my back. We did great together on the road. We would fuck up audiences together. So I wish you nothing but love, good health, and I'll see you sooner than later, dog.
All right,
and
brother.
make sure
Tell
Tripoli to book you here, and I'll come see you.
Oh, yeah, you know what? They've been hitting me up out there. I'm going to go out there, man.
Okay.
I would love to. Hey, I had a dream, dog, and real quick, I had a dream last night that I flew out there, and you were all mad at me when I show up. Always you be like, what the fuck you doing, George? You're supposed to call me if they're going to come. I want to fucking make it. It was funny.
Doug, listen, if somebody else don't call, I get pissed at them. You don't need to call. You just show up in Newark. You call from Newark and say, get the bong ready. I'll put it in the freezer, and we'll get that freeze pipe and start smoking that motherfucker. I love you, dog. Stay black and keep in touch. We always talk twice a week, so I love you, brother. Stay black.
Love you too, dog. Late.
All right. I hope you enjoyed that little fucking tete-a-tete with George Perez. It was a hell of a podcast. It brought back a lot of memories. I worked hard, guys, and I wanted to prove to you fucking guys that L.A. was no fluke. We fucking killed it. I used to have spots at the store every night following Mooney, but before I used to do that, I would go out and do other spots. I would do open mics. I would do paid gigs. It's all a gig. You got to get on stage. When I lived in Boulder, my motto was get on stage once a night. When I moved to Seattle, it was twice a night. When I moved to LA, my goal was 40 spots a fucking month. But I would take 30. You know what I'm saying? Like if I did 30 times 12 is 360 spots a fucking year. I used to average somewhere in the 400s every year. So it's 400 spots a year. That's a spot every day and a half a fucking spot when you add it up. So if you're thinking about starting to do comedy, that's the fucking way to do it. A spot a night, and then you graduate to 2 spots a night, then you graduate to 3 spots a night, and then get back to me. I'll tell you what your mission is then. I love you motherfuckers with all my heart. Thank you for supporting the fucking joint this week, and I'm happy you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll be back Monday, tip-top Magoo, with Uncle Joey's fucking joint. Have a great weekend, and now for a word from my motherfucking sponsors, Jack. All right, I want to thank my man George Perez. I want to thank you guys for watching and you guys for the support. But before I get the fuck out of here, I want to thank my sponsors for the week. CBD Lion coming at you again on a beautiful fucking Wednesday in August. How does CBD Lion gonna help you? Simple. Go to CBDLion.com right now. Read the third-party lab results. They've done all the work for you. Whether you get the roll-on, the cream, the capsules, the hemp weed, they even got a vapor pen for you. No matter how you could ingest it, CBD Lion has got you covered. The gummy bears, fucking tremendous. Fucking tremendous. Carried me during the fucking surgery. The surgical tape. I mean, listen. If you need CBD help, CBD Lion. You don't know where to get started. Nobody knows where to start. CBD Lion is where to start. Read the third-party lab results. Read the ailments. Read the cures. CBD Lion will take you out of fucking your funk with a bad elbow, whatever the fuck it is, anxiety. CBD Lion is here to fucking help you. Go to CBD Lion, read, see how they can help you, and order. Once you order, you're going to be so fucking happy with the product. You're going to call me back and say, Joey, what the fuck is in there? Even my brother came down last night and asked me for some gummies. That's how good CBD Lion is. So right now, on the way out of your order, enter Joey Joint Church and get 20% 10% off your motherfucking order right now at CBD Lion. And also, from the heart of New Jersey, the joint is brought to you by motherfucking DraftKings. They're doing it again. 100-1 odds if a punch lands during the main fight of Lewis versus Gain, the heavyweight fucking interim title. DraftKings has a kick-ass offer for you. Again, 100-1 odds. A single fucking punch. Are you fucking crazy or what? You bet $1 on any main event fighter, and if a punch lands during the fight, you will cash $100 in free fucking credits. That's 4 more fucking baseball games or whatever the fuck at $25. They're fucking putting a yardstick in your pocket for $1. If you know anything about MMA, then you gotta put your money where your mouth is. Either way, you're getting paid this weekend. A fucking punch? Are you fucking serious? Only DraftKings would do that. MMA isn't you? Okay. DraftKings has great odds on baseball and the fucking Tokyo games and a sports betting casino, which will make your fucking pubic hairs curl up, your little ass hairs will fucking blow a fucking load. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. You withdraw your money at your fucking convenience. You understand me? DraftKings ain't here to tell you what to do. Don't miss out on all the action on UFC 265 with DraftKings this weekend. The top-rated sportsbook app in the fucking country and the partner to the UFC. Download the DraftKings sportsbook app now, right now. Use promo code Joey when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 in free credits. When you bet any main event fighter to win and a punch is landed in the either fight, who's better than DraftKings? Nobody. You got to use code Joey to turn $1 into $100 in free credits only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Here's the fine print. You ready? You got to be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only for this deal. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Also, download the sportsbook, not the fantasy for this one. Fantasy's a complete different game. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. See DraftKingsSportsbook.com for details. Got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Now, if you don't have any problems and you're fucking straight, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and win some fucking Gitas this weekend. I want to thank DraftKings. I want to thank CBD Lion. I want to thank ZipRecruiter and Blue Chew for having our back this week. But most importantly, I want to thank you fucking savages for the love and support. I love you cocksuckers. And don't forget, Laughing Gas is still available. It's still fucking people up. And it's fucking tremendous. I'm patting myself on the back, like I said during the podcast. Stay black. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Tip-top motherfucking Magoo. Who's better than you? Nobody.